What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bill for Anything. Thank you and welcome to another video. I had to talk to you guys about one of my favorite movies, but before I get into that, first, as you can see with my hat, I got the Darth Vader on. I'm super excited for Star Wars Last Jedi. I'm a huge fan. I can't wait. The trailer, the series, it looks like it's gonna be amazing. I got advance tickets. I cannot wait. So speaking of movies, right? I had to come to you guys to break down one of my favorite scenes of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time, which is The Godfather, okay? And The Godfather, for those of you who don't know, it's a 3-part series. You have Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando. Like, it's an amazing movie. The cinematography, the lighting, the scenes, the acting, the writing, it's an amazing movie. All right, if you're old enough, if you're young enough, I should say, and you have not seen that, definitely watch that. It is still relevant to this day. I still watch it to this day. But I'm gonna highlight the very first scene. Now, the very first scene of this, you have where the Don, right, Vito Corleone, right, who's the Godfather, is sitting there with this guy. I think his name is Bamasura. I don't know. That's what he calls him. But anyway, he's there and he comes to the Don and he asks him, for a favor. He tells him a situation that happens where his daughter is beat up by 2 guys and his daughter's in the hospital. And so he went to the police and, they picked up these 2 guys. They went through the whole system and the guys were somehow let go, right? Was not a really big shock there. And so anyway, they're let go and he decides, you know what? He wants justice. And so he comes to the Godfather and he tells him the situation and he says, hey, can you do something about it, right? And you know what I mean when he says do something about it, right? And so he comes to him and the Godfather's like, you come to me and you ask me to do you a favor, but you don't offer friendship. It's a horrible impersonation, but you get what I'm saying? So he says, you don't offer me friendship. You come to me, you ask me to do this deed for you. He's like, you know me, but you don't want my friendship, but you want this transaction. And that's the lesson, right? The lesson is this. You're going to have people in your life that you just meant to do transactions with. And then you have people that you meant to be friendship, have a good solid friendship with, and that could potentially be more in something other than that. Because in a transaction, it's simple, right? I pay you, you do a service, the end, right? And vice versa. And that's what this could have been. This could have been just a service where he says to the Don, hey, I'll pay you $1 million or whatever if you get rid of these guys. And then that's it. The Don can never come back to him and say, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to do that for me. And so what he was smart enough, the Godfather, was to understand that he values relationships and friendships, right? He understands that it's good to have people in high places that could do things for you, right? So you gotta think ahead. And so, he tells him, he's like, hey, had we been friends, you would never have to come to me like this. And had we been friends, your enemies would become my enemies. And then they would fear you. This is what he told him. And so the moral of this particular scene, and I mean, you gotta see it, just the back and forth, just everything was just perfect, is that, again, you gotta understand that it's really more important in life to have people around you, right, that uplift you, that you can rely on to do certain things, right? And so I'll give you an example, right? You have LeBron James. LeBron James, he has an agency that he claims he's not part of, but whatever. His best friend is his agent, right? Maverick Carter. And what happens is, I can't remember the other guy's name, but anyway, he grew up with these 2 guys. And these guys are now running businesses and helping them do deals. Obviously, they had to, as they got older, they went to school, they learned the business. But LeBron James entrusted his future in them because these are people that he's comfortable with. He could have gone with anybody in the industry, right? But he chose to stick with these guys because there's a relationship there. And that's why sometimes you see in business, you wonder, why is it that certain people are at a certain level? Don't get me wrong, talent is important. But those people who know how to ingratiate themselves with upper management, their boss, and not come off like they're just simply doing it to be able to be promoted or get to the next level, those people will always get further and they'll always have an opportunity. That's why I always valued, you know, my reputation, my relationship. I try not to burn bridges with people because you never know who could be in a situation to help you. And that's just the mindset that the Godfather had. And if you watch the movie and you see, like, you know, other parts, like, he was just a guy who they loved because he knew how to keep people close. That was a saying that he had. Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. You know, that was a way for him to keep one step ahead. And so you want to have that same type of chess man mentality, okay, when it comes to life and it comes to relationships. And I'll give you another example. There's situations where I might be hanging out with somebody for the first time, or I meet a lady for the first time and we hanging out, and, you know, I extend my hand, you know, I'll pay for that drink, I'll pay for that lunch, and it's $20, it's $10, it's not a big deal to me, but I use that as a way for me to see how this person reacts, right? See how this person reacts to an act of kindness, because some people don't know how to react to that well. Some people will simply take from you and they don't reciprocate at all. That will tell you something right away, because if they can't do well with the little things, how you know they're gonna do well with the big things, right? And so sometimes this is a way for you to flush people out too. It's just to kind of see where they are, see how they are up front before you get really, really serious with them. And so, again, you know, going back to this particular scene, when you look at it, the Don is basically telling them, you know, hey, you know what I'm capable of, but up until this time, you didn't want no fate, you didn't want to deal with me. And you'll have that in life. You'll have people that will only all of a sudden want to be around you because there are things that you could provide, right? That's why you see a lot of actors or celebrities, they go broke, or they complain about not really having real friends, or they don't have real friends because everyone around them is just based on what they can do. It's all a transaction, right? I go to the club, I'm buying everybody drinks. So who doesn't want to be around you when there's so much that you can offer them? It's the people who are willing to be around you even when you can't offer them material things, but you offer them friendship. You know, you're there to counsel them. You're there, you want to see their well-being. You know, you want to see them do well. Like, these are hard people to find. And so, you know, that's just one of the messages in this movie. There's plenty of other things to take away from it. Like I said before, if you have never seen this movie, definitely go see it. I just had to break it down a little bit just to give you guys just a little message that I feel that is in that particular scene. Focus on the relationship, guys. Focus on establishing that first, because you'll get a lot further with that than just treating life like a transaction. Okay, you can't buy real friendship. You can't really buy love, right? Like, people joke about that, like, you know, yeah, you could buy love. Listen, don't get me wrong. People, if you got a lot of money, you could buy a lot of things, right? But again, it'll never feel the same, you know. And to be honest, anything in abundance has less value, right? Because if you can surround yourself with a bunch of people, you know, you don't really value people. If you can buy whatever car you want, you don't really care about cars. You could buy a bunch of houses, you don't really care about houses. Like, it's the things that are once, you know, one of one. You know, these are the type of things that really stick with you throughout your lifetime. And so it's all about the relationship, guys. So that's the video for today. I just had to break it down for you guys. There's plenty other movies that I'm into that I can probably recite a couple things that I may do videos on just to kind of, you know, help you guys, give you guys some hidden messages there. But definitely check out that movie. It's your boy Bill for Anything. Thank you. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I've been getting some new subscribers lately, and the road to 1,000 before the year is up. It's looking real strong. Let's get there. So if you like this video, like it, share it, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. It's your boy Bill for Anything. Peace and love. I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.